All right, you foods. I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad that we're all here, and I'm glad that we're all being friends together. Okay.
Shots were
All right, guys. I know what you're here. Shots were fired. All right, so let's get into it. Let's get into it, guys. Shots were fired. Donald Trump got him.
fired in the White
Blast!
House during a correspondence dinner in Washington, D.C., causing Trump to be promptly escorted out by the Secret Service while guests took cover in the room where they were
Dear
dining.
God.
Trump almost immediately
Look how this shorty right here
out
took
by
cover,
the Secret
bro.
Service while guests took
You can tell this bitch right here has never been involved in any dangerous act. She lives in her cozy little Idaho little fucking farm village where nothing bad ever happens, and a single shot goes off in the ballroom, and shorty ducked like this. Look at her. Look at her, dude.
cover in the room where they were dining. Trump almost immediately began uploading images and videos of the man responsible, as it seems he's keen to get the ball
Bro, y'all niggas found the guy responsible so quick. And the president was so quick to go on the internet and say, yo, check this bomba clot, yo. Check this bomba clot who just shot me, dog.
rolling on the media cycle
Oh,
surrounding the
God.
possible assassination attempt. After all, his prior assassination
Telling you, bro. America's a fucking soap opera, bro. It's a fucking soap opera, dude. Donald Trump thinks he lives in fucking Sands of Anarchy.
attempts saw the news and social media dominated by word of the president and how he feels about everything going on, so it's clear he knows this will be an exploitable way to garner attention.
Right.
Right now, it seems like clips from every single angle of the incident are being uploaded and watched at lightning speed, as all these high-profile politicians were in the same room as journalists, making it the perfect storm for a news story.
Bro.
And it seems Trump is using the situation as a way to advertise for a new proposed ballroom, claiming it would be larger and more secure than the one they used for the correspondence dinner. This marks the third high
Dude, you know why he's doing that? The contract for building that out, guess who gets that contract? It would be something associated with Donald Trump. One of his shell companies, you know? That's the only reason why he's doing it. Because listen to this. I'm sorry to say this, but that first attempt and then this, don't you think this is a little bit too closely put together? Man, if a real sniper wanted to take this nigga's head off, bro, he would have already taken it off, man. This is all a farce. Just like I always say, everything is bullshit.
profile assassination attempt on Trump, with the most famous occurring just before his election, leading to an image that was hung up in the White House. However, some of his disillusioned fanbase believe the assassinations to be staged, given the positioning of the journalists and the lowering of the American flag during that particular incident which was documented so heavily. Wired wrote an entire article about it not long ago, highlighting those who are more minded towards conspiracy theories within Trump's hardcore fanbase. Of course, there's the possibility some high-profile previous Trump supporters are saying this just to stroke up fear and uncertainty and use the outrage to attract fans who are pro-conspiracy theory. Or
Bro, this is literally just a ploy to him to win back sort of the sentiment of the people, right? Because right now he's in this big war thing. He's in this big war thing where men are doing all these things that are evil to this other side, and there's bloodshed and there's XYZ going on, and everyone's losing hope in their president. So what better way to regain the hope of the people to have the president attempted? What better way? Oh my God, we almost lost him again. Oh no. Be careful. All the things that he did in Iran, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Oh, stop it.
there's no chance that it was staged and he really did get shot in the ear. Meanwhile, it seems highly likely the media will be dominated by many attempting to dissect every single detail of the attempted shooter, trying to determine his motivations. If they're political, the details will be shared en masse across digital spaces, and he will briefly become a subject of great interest for many media groups who wish to use the story to their advantage.
Bro.
As a result, as these assassination attempts become more and more frequent during Trump's presidency, it does make one wonder if there's going to be any drastic policy changes to address them in the near future. Or perhaps they will only fuel the conspiracy cycle, as some are convinced these moments are grand orchestrations by the FBI to keep Trump in power.
Bro, it is. It's all BS, dude. I tell you guys this all the time. Don't fall for the facts. Don't fall for these fake facts. Fake news. This is fake news. We all know this is fake news. Fake news. If they wanted me gone, they have me gone. Just saying, fake news. Fake news. It's fake news, guys. Don't fall for the propaganda. Another ting, bro. Another ting, another blasting to your head top. Let's get into it, guys. Shots were fired. Another blasting to the man's head top, and he's still here, bro. It's not like that, fam. Like, you're not that lucky, dog. You're not that lucky. All right, here we go, guys. Let's get into the. Let's bring back what our aunts and aunties would have liked us to bring back. All right. They said bring back shaming. Everybody said no, but one man decided he will bear the cross. This is somebody on the internet shaming girls.
Never tell a girl to change her outfit.
What she should. She's dressed like a homie. Let her fucking wear it. Put some clothes on. Dress more modestly next time. You need to put some clothes on and respect yourself. Yeah, you're not presenting yourself that way. You have no bra.
This shorty just said she just said she doesn't respect herself, bro. This is what I'm telling you guys. I've been saying this for the longest time. When I did the social experiment myself when I went to this party, bro, I disrespected these girls, and then I went around and was being nice to another set of girls, and I realized the only girls that were interested in wanting to get like with me were the girls who I was disrespecting. What does that mean?
In your shorts, like show your butt. Yeah, see,
Honestly, like, what the fuck are you wearing, dog?
a modest outfit that covers my body. Hey, dress more modestly next time. We are at Tortuga Music Festival. It's a country festival.
He's not wrong.
Shaming the girls for their promiscuous outfit because we're changing the world. Make sure you subscribe. Let's go. Put some clothes on and respect yourself. I said respect yourself. Kid, put some clothes on. Respect yourself. Watch him out.
Bro, it's that guy. That girl's man's. He looks like he doesn't respect himself, bro. Why is he built like that?
I said respect yourself. Kid, put some clothes on. Respect yourself.
Look how he's built. Look at this Ute, fam. Look how he's built. Why is he built like that? He's built like all he does is roofing all day.
Watch him out. Watch him
Check, watch. Run it, run it.
out. White nice.
If you're really about that action, my nigga, run it.
So as you guys know, we're enforcing modesty today in the streets of Fort Lauderdale. A lot of promiscuous women out here, so we're gonna be shaming girls.
Don't ever tell a girl to change her outfit.
What she should. She's dressed like a.
She's not. And
She
look at
is.
fucking you fucking.
Bro, imagine a girl that you couldn't tell her what to wear. First of all, I will tell you this rule of thumb. If you find her in the streets, if you find her dancing on the bar at the nightclub, if you find her half faded, vomiting up the remains of the entire night on the side of the alley street, if you find her there, and then now you want her to become some sort of priesthood saint woman, nun thing? You're kidding yourself, bro. How you find her is who she is. All right? You liked her wearing the promiscuous outfit, showing her pum pum, bro. You loved it, and now you want to change her. No. Start the foundation right, and then you end right, you know?
Fuck boy. Look, guy, tell her.
Why is it my business? Because I'm a young man and I'm enforcing modesty.
She has a boyfriend and her boyfriend.
You're just white knight, bro.
Well, she's a young woman and she needs to respect herself. You and your sister are the problem here. Hey, put some clothes on. You're like naked out here. Why are you guys like naked out here?
You only live once.
You only live once? That's your reason for being promiscuous?
No, that's okay because my boyfriend lets me out like this.
Your boy.
What did you, hold on.
You guys like naked out here.
You only live once.
You only live once? That's your reason for being promiscuous?
No, that's okay because my boyfriend lets me out like this.
Your boyfriend lets you out like that? She's cheating.
There it is. That's what I was gonna say, right there. Her boyfriend lets her out like that. So why does it matter? She's already doing the worst. She's already doing the worst things she could possibly be doing, and her boyfriend is okay with it. Once you spiral into negativity, you only can come out on the other side negative.
I mean, you're out here in a like tight shirt.
I'm out in a t-shirt and jorts. Really? So next time you'll be more modest?
Oh, absolutely not.
Oh, no? How as a young woman can you say that proudly?
Absolutely.
All right. W modesty. That's all I gotta say. Are you ladyboy? Ladyboy or no? Yeah. You want? No. I got a girlfriend. Have you thought of putting on clothes and respecting yourself or no? So you're defending promiscuity.
The guy said you look like a D-bag, and he's dressed exactly like him. All of these three men are dressed identical, dude. Even the guy in the back, the fourth character in the back there. Identical black outfits, I'm telling you.
You're defending being a fucking douche?
That didn't make any sense.
You're a fucking douche, is what I'm saying.
How?
Let him fucking respect themselves.
So she's not
wear it, let him wear it.
She's not respecting herself.
If they want to wear it, let them fucking wear it. If they feel good,
No, you're spitting
let
in
them
my
fucking
face.
wear it.
Need to calm down.
Relax.
You're wearing the same outfit as me.
No, I'm not. I don't got fucking
You're just-
jorts on with Nike tennis shoes.
Jorts are cooler than skinny jeans.
Oh, really? Because these are fucking Lulu pants.
You're justifying Lulu pants over
I'll give you
jorts.
like 100.
Why don't you guys walk away?
Keep it moving.
Have a great night.
Don't touch me. Keep
You're
it
touching
moving.
me.
Leave
Don't
these
stop
girls
touching me.
alone. Leave these girls alone.
Stop touching me. I'm serious.
Oh, who's this guy? look at this thing get out of hand. Whose man's is this? Watch this guy come in, bro.
Have a great night. Don't touch me. Keep it moving.
Watch this guy.
Girls alone. Fuck that
Stop
way.
touching me. I'm serious.
Look at that guy, bro.
Back up. Back up. I'm serious.
Bro. The niggas are trying so hard. The niggas are trying so hard to look tough in front of their shorties, bro. These girls that they've known since high school, that they all grew up together in the Sunday brunch family thing. Now Tyler wants to act up and get hard, bro. Pause. I'm just saying, when niggas do stuff like this, man, these are not the type of niggas that are about this action, bro. I'm telling you, dude. The nigga has one cig in his hand and another one behind his ear. He's a foot, bro.
Back up. Back up. I'm serious. I'm gonna have to defend myself. Back up, bro. I'm serious. Back up.
That's true. He is
So
shoving
you're
you.
with women that are dressed promiscuously, and then you get mad at me because you're trying to white knight and you're defending them. You're a white knight.
That he is a white knight.
That makes zero sense. You're not worth my time. You're not worth my time. In a world of people that dress like you guys are dressed modestly, and I respect that. Put some clothes on.
Oh, W moment.
Clothes on.
Watch. Assault.
You are a 12-year-old.
Do I?
You're a loser.
Assault.
Why am I a loser?
Because I don't talk to girls about what they wear.
Why?
It's none of your business.
It's not.
It's not. No.
And I think young women in our generation need to respect themselves. Why?
Chicks are not even out.
Why are you pulling your skirt down then?
Oh, the booty boom boom chicks is out, fam.
Bombo Pussy Club.
Why? No, but he has a point that he's getting across. Because the thing is, in a lot of other countries, the women dress pretty modestly. Sure, they might wear a skin tight, sundress thing, whatever. But for the most part, they respect themselves. Out here in America, bro, it's pretty much walking around. It's just they're these walking abominations of lust and temptation, dude. Which is telling for the society that we live in. Is it always just about the quick one night thing? Where's the love?
Speechless.
You're a loser.
I am.
You're a loser.
So who's out here dressed like a bot paying for cover when I'm out here working? I don't have to
Bow!
wear small. No, you're not. You're an extra large for sure. Put some
Clothes on.
clothes on. I have clothes on.
Your shorts are too.
At least I'm not dressed like
Murder
Put some
tang.
clothes. Respect yourself. It's not that hard to dress modestly.
Fix your face.
Her booty cheeks are out, bro. Clapping in the wind, bro. Like, oh my God, dude. Somebody's daughter. That's somebody's daughter.
You're dressed like a.
Actually not. I have a boyfriend.
Your boyfriend.
That doesn't mean you're not
He
a...
definitely is. He definitely is. Put on some clothes. Respect yourself.
I go to church every Sunday.
You go to church every Sunday? Church on Sunday at the bars on Friday nights. Yeah, but you're dressing like one. It's because you're surrounded.
Hey, man, a lot of you motherfucking church goers and shit, bro. A lot of y'all niggas be doing crazy things, man. You're not respecting the commandments.
Yourself with people like this. What? Step on the scale. I need Accutane.
Accutane, boys.
Look good. Look at the camera. I got hella makeup. What's wrong with what you're wearing? Look at the camera.
Why are you recording me? Go away.
Put your hands on me again, I dare you.
Would you put your hands on me
I'll defend myself.
back? Go for it.
No,
Go
I'm just
away.
kidding. No, you're a big body. I want to fight. Step on the scale.
I don't give a fuck. Go away. You're ugly.
I'm ugly, but I'm at least in shape. Hey, listen. Hey.
Assault!
You need to put on some more clothes
Assault!
and respect yourself.
Assault!
You respect yourself.
Hey, no, she's not representing herself that way. Next time you go out, respect yourself, all right?
Who's gonna white knight here, boys?
Back up.
Who's gonna act up?
What's the box to you?
Your friend. Yo. Come on, lock in. What are you, 5 years old? Oh, bro, can you stop?
sorry.
Can you stop?
Lock in.
Back up. Go that way. Stop touching my cameraman. Go back that way.
Lock in. Bro, look at this, dude.
She's a young woman. She deserves it.
The streets of Fort Lauderdale are dangerous.
If you're a man, you shouldn't be fucking saying anything, so walk away.
What is the logic behind that?
What's up, what's up, too? Why aren't you wearing long sleeves?
Are you retarded? I'm wearing jorts and a t-shirt.
Look at my hand and walk away.
Whoa, how about you put a top on?
Does it bother you that much?
Yeah, it does. It's kind of disgusting.
That's
You too. Does height matter in a man?
Look, yeah. If you're shorter than me,
Step on the scale. Step on the scale. I know. Yeah. Get on the scale. Get on the scale. Get on the scale. Does height matter?
Yikes, bitch. That's 6 feet.
Step on the scale. 160 pounds? Wait, stop being 160 pounds is insane.
That's crazy.
I need to lose some weight. I need to put makeup on to look good. Sorry.
Bro. Holy cow. This is we're overstimulated. First of all, you guys, this society we're cooked. We're cooked. We can say that again and again and again, but it doesn't help make the meal any better. It's cooked. And you know what? Society is actually overcooked. Because this is just ridiculous. I've been going out a couple of weekends this last couple of months, just really been going at it. I'm like, oh, I gotta find a shorty, bro. And in my mind, I cannot tolerate the nonsense that currently exists in the current marketplace. Everything is stupid. The pandering, the stupidity, the gesturing, all the fucking hoof-hoff we have to do. It's terrible, bro. It's terrible. I don't like it. I missed early 2010s. Though that was before social media, before that. We had real relationships. We're sinking into the abyss right now.
Acne all over your face.
And your edges don't look good either. You want to try to roast me? Put some
Ah!
clothes on.
No, he wants to do
I know you're not speaking that loud. For what?
Yo, douchebag, get you in here.
No, you're not
Military
speaking
buzz cut.
that
Watch your mouth.
loud.
Yeah.
Watch my mouth.
Watch your mouth.
Get your fucking George. I'm pressed. Stop that camera out of
Do it. I dare you.
I dare you, bro.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
I dare you. Do it.
Get the fuck out.
Do it.
Get the fuck
No,
out.
you just threatened him, so do it.
Get the fuck out.
Do it.
To my girlfriend, tell her to put some clothes
She
on.
doesn't promiscuous.
Promiscuous?
Yes.
Nice vocabulary, idiot. Get the fuck out of here.
Adia? What's an adia?
Get the fuck out
I don't know what adia
Adia?
is. Put some clothes on. Watch these fucking sorry. Back
Yeah.
up. All right, serious. Back up.
These Florida jits, bro, they don't have any brain cells in their heads, bro. They're busy chasing crocodiles and pythons.
Back up. I'm serious.
Watch who you talking to, alright?
Let go of my mic.
Watch
Let go of my mic. Now back up. Watch out. You guys need to put some clothes on.
Whose nigga is this?
Freaking weird.
Test
You
him.
weird. You weird. You walking up
Test
to
him.
with your little-
Test
Walk up
him.
to the girls. I said
Test
stop walking by.
Watch who you talking to, bro.
Let me get that.
Don't touch her, bro.
Back up, bro. I need to get my glasses. Watch out.
Yo, that's
Watch out.
crazy.
I didn't put no hands on no girl. Back up.
Hey, just touch
Back
her.
up. I didn't put no hands on girls.
Watch yourself.
Back up.
I love Lenny Miller just like Lenny Miller.
Ah! Ratchet, the ratchet stuff. We love that. We love it. We love the ratchet stuff, guys. The ratchet stuff is good. I like it. You know, it's important to be ratchet when we can, and try to. They said bring back shaming. No, they didn't. No, they did actually. They did. They said that. They said, hey, the shaming should return. We like the shaming. The shaming is good. Shots fired. Okay. All right. Let's do this. We were training AI the whole time. One day, everybody wakes up, and guess what? Pokemon is on the telephone. Now, to some of you, that might not matter, but to millions of children in the early 2010s, this is what they were doing. Yeah, niggas running outside to pop chickens and random forests and random farmland to go catch Pokemon, bro. And everyone's like, oh, yeah, we're just having so much fun. This is bringing us all together because the pandemic is ruining our lives. Well, guess what? It was all to collect information for another AI god.
500 million people installed Pokemon Go within 60 days of its launch. At its peak, 143 million people were walking around parks, sidewalks, and parking lots, pointing their phones at buildings and statues, trying to catch digital creatures layered on top of their real world. That was 2016. It's 2026 now, and Niantic just revealed what all of that was actually worth. Recently, Niantic Spatial, the AI company Niantic spun off after selling Pokemon Go, announced a partnership with Coco Robotics, a startup that runs
This is such a flip, bro. The niggas like, we'll make one company, harvest all the data, then we'll sell Pokemon Go, and then we'll use all the data that we've captured to create another company using all the information from all the petty little humans.
delivery robots in cities across the US and Europe. Those robots are now navigating sidewalks using a visual positioning system trained on 30 billion images. 30 billion. And those images came from you. Those images came from your phone while you were catching Pokemon. Players thought the only thing at stake was a shiny Charizard at the local gym. But these players were actually building one of the largest real-world visual data sets in history, and nobody told them. So let's talk about what Niantic actually built, because the technology is genuinely impressive, even if the ethics are questionable.
First of all, who's going to tell us, bro? This is one of those, like, you know, this is one of those black suits type of things where it's talked about in secret, hush hush, and we're not supposed to know.
Niantic's visual positioning system can pinpoint your location on a map to within a few centimeters, not using GPS, but by looking at photos of nearby buildings and landmarks. You feed it a handful of pictures of your surroundings, and it tells you exactly where you are on Earth, down to the centimeter. And the way they got there is kind of brilliant. Pokemon Go placed Pokestops and gyms at real-world landmarks, things like churches, murals, public sculptures, storefronts. That meant millions of players were constantly pointing their phone cameras at these specific locations. Every photo came tagged with rich metadata, exact GPS coordinates, camera angle, phone orientation, movement speed and direction, time of day, weather conditions, and more. But it goes further than that. Niantic introduced augmented reality, or AR, scan tasks. These are missions that rewarded players for scanning real-world locations to create 3D models. By 2024, they were collecting up to 1 million new scans per week.
Bro, this is labor. They had us doing labor for free. Holy cow. Now that is a W, okay? You could sit there and you can get underpaid for doing something, or you can take the plunge today and you could be giving free labor. They always say this, when any product or thing is free, it's not. It's not free. You are the product, okay? They need you to do the work for them. So shout out to these guys for getting everybody on that. Personally, for me, I didn't like Pokemon Go. I said, if a nigga's gonna catch a Pokemon, I'm gonna sit on my couch or in my bed and I'm gonna catch them at the convenience of my own home, where I can control the heat, I can control the amount of people I let into my space, not having to be surrounded by a bunch of incel gooners that want to catch the next Charizard.
Players did this because they got in-game rewards. Niantic did this because each scan was a data point in a massive spatial model. And here's what makes this dataset so uniquely powerful. The same locations were photographed by thousands of different users from different angles at different times of day in every weather condition. Google Street View sends a car down your road once every few years with a roof-mounted camera at a fixed height. Pokemon Go had millions of people capturing pedestrian-level imagery of sidewalks, building entrances, park paths, and alleyways.
Oh my God,
all places that
wow.
mapping vehicles literally can't reach. And they did it continuously for 8 years. Brian McClendon, the CTO of Niantic Spatial, said it plainly, quote, "We know where you're standing within several centimeters of accuracy, and most importantly, where you're looking." That's not creepy to say at all. No mapping company with a fleet of vehicles could have replicated this on the same timeline.
Listen, I don't need to know where I'm at down to the 10th centimeter. I don't need to know that. But you know who this will help out to? This will help out to emergency safety people, like the people that have to go and rescue people, things like that. Based on their surroundings, I guess, if they were able to even venture out that far, or if they even have the data, right? Oh, where's your surrounding? I'm here, boom. They pinpoint you, they locate you, they save your life. Law enforcement, another key thing. If you're kidnapped, can you take photos of your surroundings? Okay, so this, I could see the use case for that. Otherwise than that, it's like, why the fuck would I need to know to where down to the 10th centimeter where I'm located? That's just crazy and creepy, bro.
Or budget at this scale. Niantic got it for free. Actually, they got paid for it. Players were buying Pokeballs while generating the training data through in-app purchases. Now here's where it gets more complicated. Let's talk about who actually owns all of this data because it's kind of a mess. In March 2025, Niantic sold its entire games division, which included Pokemon Go, Pikmin Bloom, and Monster Hunter Now, to Scopely for $3.5 billion. And Scopely is owned by the Savvy Games Group, which is the Saudi Royal Investment Fund's gaming arm. So Pokemon Go, the game that is still collecting scan data from players right now, is now owned by Saudi Arabia. Meanwhile, Niantic kept the spatial AI business and
owned by the Saudis? Baby girl. That's what's up.
the Ingress game, rebranding the enterprise side as Niantic Spatial. So the AI model trained on 8 years of historical Pokemon Go data belongs to Niantic Spatial. And the delivery robot using that model belonged to Coco Robotics. 3 different enterprises, 3 different countries, 1 dataset, built by people who thought they were playing a game. And Niantic's privacy policy, it covers all of this. Their terms of service grant broad rights to use submitted
Exactly. So if anyone is sitting there being like, oh my God, I can't believe they stole my data. We give them our in data all the time, dude. All the time. Who's really reading the terms and conditions? Who's really reading that? Not me.
data and passed those rights to other companies. The AR scan feature was technically voluntary, nobody forced you to scan that statue, but it was gamified with in-game rewards, embedded in the normal flow of gameplay and presented as a fun feature, not a data contribution to a commercial geospatial product. The privacy policy itself doesn't exhaustively list what data is collected or all the purposes it's used for. It uses language like, quote, legitimate business objectives, which legally covers just about anything. And the uploaded AR imagery is reportedly anonymized during processing, but that almost doesn't matter. The valuable asset isn't your identity, it is, but it's the location data, the centimeter accurate, weather tagged, angle diverse, metadata rich location data. Now, let's zoom into the technical side for a minute, because I think this is where it gets really interesting if you're a developer. What Niantic Spatial is building is what they call a large geospatial model. Think of it as the spatial equivalent of a large language model. Instead of predicting the next word in a sequence, it predicts your location from visual input. You show it a photo of a building, and it tells you where in the world that building is with alarming accuracy. The reason this works is because of how the training data was collected. Traditional mapping data sets give you 1 image per location, taken from a fixed height at one time.
Okay, I guess, okay, if I had to give another positive use case for my own personal use, because I gave use cases for safety and emergency, right? If you know when you're scrolling on TikTok or Instagram and people show those cool locations, but sometimes they forget to tag where it's at, that would be the only reason. I would then feed a screenshot of that to this program and be like, oh, this is in Taipei, blah, blah, blah. That's the only use case.
Pokemon Go's dataset gives you thousands of images per location taken from every conceivable angle across every lighting and weather condition over the span of 8 years. That's the kind of diversity that makes machine learning models robust. A model trained on this data doesn't just recognize a building on a sunny afternoon, it recognizes it at dusk, in rain, partially obscured by temporary structures, from across the street, from the entrance, from anywhere. And the applications extend way beyond delivery robots. AR glasses need this kind of positioning to overlay digital content on the physical world. Autonomous vehicles need it for navigation in urban areas where GPS bounces off buildings. Construction companies need it for site mapping. Urban planners need it for infrastructure modeling. And if you're
Okay, this nigga's rattling off a lot of use cases that I didn't think about, but yeah, I could see what he's talking about. It's one of those things where if they're not using it for malicious intent, that's fine. But that always comes with any sort of new technology, any sort of new development. There's always going to be a bunch of bad actors that are using it for all the wrong reasons. That's, I guess that is what it is.
thinking this sounds a lot like something that would be very useful for surveillance, you're not wrong. Popular Science flagged exactly this in their coverage. A system that can identify your precise location from a single photograph of your surroundings has obvious appeal to law enforcement and intelligence agencies. Niantic hasn't suggested any plans to provide this data to authorities.
Bro, that means, oh my goodness. if they partner with their technology with some apps, because the telephone is already the world's greatest surveillance device, right? But now, let's say your camera can just automatically take snapshots of things that when you take your phone out, right, to talk or call or text something, when that action of your speed of taking your phone out, it's able to then take a photograph of where you're at right before you're about to text or right before you're about, you know what I mean, using the gyroscopes in your phone. So no matter how fast you're moving to be able to do your action, or if you just quickly glance at your phone, you bring it up, when it sees any sort of surrounding, it could be able to take a snapshot of that, bro. And so these companies will know where you are at all times. They'll know what you like to dress like, where you like to live, the kind of gas you use in your car. Because they want us all digital on the web, bro. Why do you think computers, the hard drive space is becoming less and less? It's because we're supposed to live on the cloud.
But the capability exists, and the precedent for government access to commercial data products is well established. This also isn't the first time we've seen this pattern. Google's reCAPTCHA had you clicking on traffic lights and crosswalks to prove you were human.
Yes.
What it was actually doing was training computer vision models for self-driving cars. You were doing free labor for Waymo every time you
That I know. And that still gets me. The free labor thing just really is kicking my ass right now. I don't like it.
identified a bicycle in a grid of photos. Same playbook, useful task for the user, but the real purpose is dataset generation. Niantic just ran it for 8 years at a scale of 30 billion images across 143 million people at its peak. And this is the part that should actually make you uncomfortable. Not the technology, because that's kind of impressive. The consent model. When players opted into AR scans, they were presented with a game feature. Scan the statue, get some items. Nobody was presented with, quote, your scan data will train a commercial AI product that will be licensed to robotics companies to navigate delivery robots on public sidewalks, built on a platform now partially owned by a Saudi sovereign wealth fund. The purpose changed,
Shout out to the Saudi Arabia, baby.
but the consent didn't. And this matters because of the precedent it sets. Every app on your phone with camera and GPS access is sitting on the same potential goldmine. Your fitness app knows your running routes. Your photo app has geotagged images of every place you've ever been. Your messaging app also has your location history. We've already seen what happens when this data leaks or gets repurposed. In 2018, Strava's heat map accidentally revealed the locations of secret military bases because soldiers were tracking their runs. The US Marine Corps had to issue guidance to Marines who play Pokemon Go about the same security implications. Can you imagine that conversation? The question isn't whether other companies will do what Niantic did. I can almost guarantee that other companies are doing
Instead of saving the world, you got niggas out here fucking playing Pokemon Go. This is the American Army. What a bunch of foods, bro.
this today. No one person can scroll through all the terms of service that they blindly accept, so it's easy for things like this to slip by. This is especially true because legal departments write the terms of service in legalese, making it nearly impossible for the everyday person to understand it. That means the question is actually, will they tell you when they do what Niantic did? Because stuff like
No, they will not. Okay, legalese. That sent me a little bit. Shout out to this guy. That was a good video, guys. I really like that video. You know, I gave you guys some good insight, so take it where you will. All right, gang, we still here? You still here, gang? You guys rocking with a nigga like me today? Shots fired at Donald Trump's dinner ting. Shots fired at Donald Trump's dinner ting. All right, here we go, guys. Let's get into this next video here. Let's get into this next video. The next video is about looks maxing. Cause what would I do if I couldn't be on the cover of Maxim? All right, here we go, guys. Clavicular, at it again.
They're saying this guy, Braden Peters, aka Looks Maxer Clavicular, has been banned on YouTube, terminated from YouTube, and I just gotta say, I'm not surprised. I'm not shocked. I mean, the guy was pushing hardcore drugs, you know, METH, you guys can spell, right? Peptides and everything else under the sun that you can inject into your body, and obviously YouTube, you know, with their TOS, they're not gonna take so lightly to that particular thing being pushed on their audiences, especially with advertisers, right? So they say here, Clavicular himself said, very sad news this morning. My YouTube channels at Live with Clav and at Live Looks Max were terminated this morning with no warnings or explanation. The channels consisted of live stream VODs and free courses created by me to help empower young men to be the best versions of themselves. Me and my team worked hard to ensure we followed YouTube's TOS very strictly, blurring out all inappropriate language and sensitive topics. Could you please help in recovering my accounts? And then he added Team YouTube creators and YouTube. Listen, but after being a creator for like
All right. Well, you know what? I think, unfortunately, rules are very subjective. And sometimes when they apply to you, you kind of ask yourself, but I was following all the guidelines. Sure. Maybe you're following all the guidelines, but guess what? Guess what also matters? Guess what also matters in the mix here? You're sort of just like your social identity matters. They don't want to be associated with this guy, so they banned him off the platform. even if he's following all the rules. So you also have to keep that in mind.
Decade or so, you're probably not getting your channels back unless you hit up your, Peter Thiel or the billionaires backing you and everything else you're doing with your ventures. Because hey, listen, advertisers, everything is pretty much basically controlled by advertisers. Essentially, I'm not going to overcomplicate this. He linked this photo here, right, with his channel, Clavicular Live, and then an email here that says, Clav Mogger, we have removed your channel from YouTube, and this is from YouTube. It says, hi, Clav Mogger, we have reviewed your content and found severe or repeated violations of our community guidelines. Because of this, we have removed your channel from YouTube. And he says there's no specific reason as to why they did this. I haven't seen any specific reasons as to how that happened. Here's another screenshot of his another channel, Clavicular, with the regular looks maxing content that young men seem to love. And I understand Clavicular is popular because he fills a specific niche. He fills a specific type of content that is obviously in demand by particular individuals, right? And this is for this other channel too, Clav Looks Max. We have removed your channel from YouTube. Hi, Clav Looks Max. We have reviewed your content. Same old. And people in the comment sections are now saying, I have an idea, right? In case you guys didn't know, here's the TLDR, Nikita Beer, which is like, I guess, the content moderation guy for Twitter. He actually is nuking communities on Twitter. Those big, massive 100,000 member communities on Twitter. Those are gone, and it's been replaced with xChat. A lot of people are upset. Another person said, hit up that rabbi. You were FaceTiming. Apparently, there's a rap.
The reason why they got rid of communities is because they wanted to be able to flood the platform with a lot more bots to control the narrative, control the media, control, I guess, politics, right? That's what the real reason for Twitter getting rid of that. I only have one side of the story, okay?
Who is paying Clavicular $7,000 a day to post, pro rabbi related content. Another person by the name of Adam Media said, your content is toxic and cancer to society. And besides that rampant drug use, I've seen some clips that are basically corn. One recent clip with prostitutes rubbing your brotch. Listen, obviously I'm using coded language here. Again, this shouldn't be shocking to anyone, guys. Clavicular pushes drugs like METH, peptides, injectables, and anything under the sun. I think retrotruride or something like that makes you incredibly, it basically suppresses your appetite, I think, and something else that makes you tan, right? So these things in combination with each other, YouTube does not want to be liable for pushing a particular person who's on the rise and is incredibly popular at this point in time, and who knows what kind of legal liability.
That's what I'm saying. He has too much influence, so he's going to be influenced to people doing the wrong thing. Now, you have to understand that a lot of the advertisers and benefactors that are involved with YouTube, they're very conservative people, okay? So they don't want this to be associated because their ad spend dollars are going towards facilitating this, and they don't want to be a part of that, okay? That good old Christian mom with a lot of money riding around in an Escalade does not want her dollars to go towards some sort of drug addict, XXX star, all right? To say the least.
They can be wrapped up in. So Clavicular, I don't know what you're going to do. Here we have a statement from Matozi. He said, in case anyone wants to know why Clavicular was banned, it's because he promotes peptides to teenagers and young men, even if he didn't promote them directly on his YouTube. I'm currently not sure. His YouTube still acted as a top funnel for his courses, which does promote them. YouTube has aggressively been cracking down on channels promoting the use of illicit substances. And on those channels, definitely, they were a funnel for Clavicular's courses that probably were making him
YouTube is PG, it's family friendly. Why are we going on there telling all these kids to take these nasty things? And the crazy thing about all of this is we don't even have all the facts on these peptides and things. We have no information on them. The science has not there yet. The science is not a depth of knowledge that makes sense for this at all. In no way. So the fact that this is going on and he's just shilling this product on the internet is crazy. So to sit there and be like, I don't know why. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man.
Taking him $100,000 plus per month. Here's this video from
Clavicular was banned on YouTube, and a lot of people are asking why. To me, it's very obvious. He was promoting Chinese research chemicals to the youth, openly on his channel all the time. He was referring to a course which talks about this kind of stuff. This is a big no-no. These substances have not been approved by the FDA, and when you're running an entire looks maxing community promoting stuff like this, obviously YouTube doesn't want to have any part in that.
Exactly.
Of course.
Listen, anybody with an IQ higher than that of a fucking peanut can understand YouTube is all about profitability. I think this was the first year they've actually had profit in all the years they've been in existence. So they want to keep that gravy train coming, and they're not going to risk it for the likes of someone like a Clavicular. Understand advertisers, they control the market, and ads are being presented on partners in the partner program, creators like myself. And if there are extreme content that is present on the platform that ads are being ran on, advertisers don't want the liability of their brands taking a hit because you have people like this getting ads and earning money from the partner program from YouTube. It makes sense, and I hope people understand that, hey, it's nothing personal, really. It really isn't.
Whatsoever. So it's just too much risk, which is why he ended up getting banned. I mean, yeah, and now, he made some sort of response where he said, very sad news this morning. The YouTube channels Live with Clav and Clav Looks Max were terminated this morning with no warning or explanation. The channels consist of live stream.
So basically, I read that for you guys already, but I want to see what Atozi has.
Well, let's see what Atozi has to say. Keeps.
There have been cases where you can get your channel back if you're well connected. Let's not act like YouTube and social media is a fair playing ground. It's not. Everything is rigged. All right. So he has connections to billionaires. He'll probably get his YouTube channel back, and if not, he'll be massively successful everywhere else: Twitch, Kick, Twitter, etc. That's what Nikita. Where's he at? This is what he was getting at. What's this? Somebody says xCephasx being a. Well, I can't read that. Someone else said look snacks are clavicular. I actually want to see the tweet from Nikita. Yeah, I have an idea. This is in relation to the Twitter communities thing. Elon Musk and Nikita, they're trying to recruit creators to, I guess, the Twitter partner program. I don't know about it. I guess Twitter has potential to become a stream of revenue for potential creators. What is this photo? What the fuck is this, bro? Jesus Christ. Hey, man, AI is getting out of control. Someone else said help empower young men to be the best versions of themselves. Didn't you overdose last week? Yeah, he did. We saw that. There's a lot.
Right? Come on, guys. To sit there and just be like, oh, this guy is such a saint. He's such a saint. He's winning, dude. No, come on. That's not the case. That's not the case. I really like that photo fact really quick. I'm going to use it as a thumbnail. Yeah, I think when it comes down to it, bro, it's like his behavior and the things that he does off stream is just not good. It's not professional, I guess, in some way. It's too on the dark side. It's leaning too far that way. So it's difficult for anyone to actually want to associate with that, bro. So it makes sense that his accounts are taking off. But like, I still like Clivicker. I think he's funny. But like I said, you have to go on those more sort of free form after hours type platforms, like Rumble and Kick, because that's the only way you're gonna get away with it, bro. YouTube is way too family friendly, bro. Trust me, I know. Yeah, speaking as somebody that is always saying some very saucy things, but you know what? In the last recent year or so, I've learned to sort of teeter my tongue, as they say. I don't even know why that sounded so weird. Anyway, pause. Big pause moment on that one. China's money problem. Let's see here. Luke Belmar, 12 minutes of inspiring motivation. Do I really want to listen to that? Do I really want to listen to that? All right, here we go, guys. What is this one? 4 days ago, I was doing about 280 views. No, that's not a winner. That's not a winner. That's not a winning video. All right. I think that works. Okay, well, I guess the only thing we can do now is just do a video from my other channel. Take the headphones off. All right, here we go, guys. Friends and colleagues and friends. We've reached the end of the stream. And at the end of the stream, we always like to think and ponder and reflect on life. Just a tad, just a little bit. Think about the things that, where we're at, where we want to go, who we want to be. So for today, I just want to speak briefly on the idea of people wanting to grow too quickly. Whether you want to grow and become 6'5", or whether you want to, I guess, grow a business. Things have to happen at the speed in which they happen. If you grow way too quickly, your body starts to hurt, as what we call growing pains. So you want to be able to create a solid foundation, and you want to be in that stage for as long as possible. Because with the proper foundation, everything that you build on top is you don't want it to crumble. And as someone who is very dynamic and has all these ideas about wanting to get the next great idea out, I've made a lot of errors in my life of not building the proper foundation. It's like a baby walking. When a baby takes its first steps, first it's crawling, then it gets up a little bit, takes a couple of steps, and then it falls. But eventually it learns to continue that pace and continue to walk without it falling. And then the next stage is when it wants to run. When it starts to run, the baby is falling. Even though he knows how to walk, when he runs, he hasn't any matrice of his body yet. And so he falls. And this is the same sort of analogy that can be looked at when building businesses or wanting to achieve certain aspects and goals, is you want to be able to take one step at a time. If you grow too quickly, it all comes down. It all falls. It all falls apart. And all that work that you've been putting in, and all that motivation and discipline and sacrifice you've been putting, it all goes away. And then you sit there and you ask yourself, did I make a mistake? No. If you've had something grow and you've had something build and then it all collapsed, it was supposed to be that way. Because that was a lesson to let you know that the next time you attempt this, here's how you can slow it down, and here's how you can take the next step in the right direction so that this doesn't happen again. A lot of people look at mistakes and they want to live their life like that and say, Maybe I'm a bad person. Why am I in this terrible situation? Why is this plaguing me now? I think mistakes are exactly what it was supposed to happen. It's exactly what's supposed to be happening in your life right now. The low point, the high point, the stress, the responsibilities. These are all things that you're supposed to be putting on your shoulders right now. Because only you can bear that pain and wear that cross. It's happening to you because you need this. And sometimes you can get caught up and think you're bad, but we're not bad people. This is just the way life goes. The story is already written. We are just walking through it. And with that, guys, I appreciate you guys. Make sure you guys check out another one of my videos. And if you guys like this kind of content, just let me know in the comments if you're feeling it or if there's a different type of subject matters you'd like me to speak upon. But yeah, I appreciate you guys. Love you all. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace. And that ends the stream for today, you foods. Quick little stream. Just wanted to quickly stream, get the content that we need for today. And then we'll be back again tomorrow. That's it, guys. Appreciate you. Love you.